4 kilometers beneath the ice, something has been waiting, not for days, not for centuries, for 34 million years. And the strangest part is that it should not be there. Most people think they understand Antarctica, frozen, empty, dead, a continent where nothing survives, where nothing could survive. But in 2025, a team of scientists at Durham University did something extraordinary. They aimed radar through kilometers of ancient ice, and they found a world below. Not geological rubble, not random frozen terrain, a landscape, rivers, valleys, hills shaped by flowing water, an entire world carved by rivers that stopped running 34 million years ago. Here is what makes this stranger. Glaciers are supposed to destroy things. That is what they do. They grind, they crush, they scrape stone down to nothing over millions of years. Every geology textbook will tell you that. So when Professor Stuart Jameson and his team published their findings in Nature, the scientific community had a problem because the landscape they found was almost perfectly preserved, not eroded, not crushed, not scraped, preserved, like something had placed a glass case over an ancient world and simply walked away. The question is, why? Here is the answer no one expected. The ice itself. Cold-based ice, the kind that moves slowly, barely touching the rock beneath it, does not erode, it protects. For 34 million years, the Antarctic ice sheet was not destroying the world beneath it. It was keeping it safe, like a vault, like a time capsule the size of a continent. But here is where it gets strange. What exactly is inside that vault? Because Jameson's team did not just find rock, they found evidence of something that existed before Antarctica was Antarctica. Before the ice, before the cold, before the white emptiness you see in every photograph 34 million years ago. Antarctica was green, forests, rivers that ran for hundreds of kilometers, animals, a continent that looked nothing like what sits there now, and somewhere beneath 4 kilometers of ice, that world is still there. Frozen in place, waiting. Scientists believe the buried sediments may contain ancient pollen, plant remains, microbial DNA, a complete biological record of a world that vanished before humans existed, before primates existed, before most of the animals you recognize existed. This is not just a geological curiosity. This is a time machine. In 2004, the EPICA project recovered an ice core from Antarctica, 800,000 years of Earth's atmosphere, trapped inside it, every breath of ancient air, every volcanic eruption, every shift in temperature over nearly 1 million years, sealed inside frozen water. And now, a new project called Beyond EPICA is drilling toward ice that is 1.2 million years old. 1.2 million years. Modern humans have only existed for 300,000 years. We are drilling into a record 4 times older than our own species. And then there is Lake Vostok. In 1996, Russian scientists detected something extraordinary beneath nearly 4 kilometers of ice. A lake, not a frozen lake, a liquid lake, 250 kilometers long, 80 kilometers wide, sitting in complete darkness, in complete silence, completely isolated from the surface of the Earth for an estimated 15 to 25 million years. That is longer than humans have existed, longer than the first great apes walked this planet. The water inside Lake Vostok has not touched the atmosphere since before our entire evolutionary lineage began. Here is what no one expected. Scientists found evidence of microbial life in the ice directly above it. Life in one of the most hostile, dark, pressurized, isolated environments on Earth. Life was there. And Vostok is not alone. Beneath the Antarctic ice, there are more than 400 subglacial lakes connected by rivers, not frozen rivers, flowing rivers. Christine Dow and her team at the University of Waterloo published findings in Nature Geoscience in 2022, mapping an entire subglacial river system beneath West Antarctica. Liquid water, moving, in the dark, Under 4 kilometers of ice, hundreds of kilometers long, beneath a surface no human being has ever stood on. But here is the part that changes everything. NASA is paying attention, not because they care about Antarctica specifically, because of what Antarctica tells them about somewhere else. Europa, one of Jupiter's moons, Enceladus, one of Saturn's moons. Both are covered in thick ice. Both are believed to have liquid oceans beneath that ice. Both are considered the most likely places in our solar system to harbor alien life. And the best model we have for what those oceans might look like is Lake Vostok. We are not just studying Antarctica to understand Earth. We are studying Antarctica to learn how to find life on other worlds. But there is something else beneath the ice. Something that surprises almost everyone who hears it. Antarctica is not just cold. Beneath the West Antarctic Ice Sheet, scientists have identified more than 100 subglacial volcanoes. Some of them are active. Geothermal heat rising from beneath the planet's crust is what keeps Lake Vostok liquid, what keeps those rivers flowing, what prevents a world beneath 4 kilometers of ice from freezing solid. Antarctica is not simply frozen, it is a continent balanced between ice above and fire below. In 2024, a robotic submarine called RAN, built by the University of Gothenburg, slipped beneath the Dotson ice shelf. It filmed 400 meters of strange, unexpected melt patterns on the underside of the ice, structures that should not have been forming the way they were. Evidence that something beneath the ice was behaving differently than the models predicted. And then, RAN vanished, lost beneath the ice, never recovered. What it found in its final hours is still being analyzed. Here is what you need to understand about the scale of all of this. Less than 1% of what lies beneath the Antarctic ice has ever been directly sampled. Less than 1%. Everything else, the lakes, the rivers, the ancient landscapes, the volcanic systems, has been discovered by radar, by satellites, by gravity measurements taken from aircraft flying above a frozen surface. We have not touched it. We have only seen its shadow. And yet, what the shadow tells us has already overturned assumptions that stood for generations. Glaciers destroy. We thought we knew that. Except they don't. Not always. Sometimes they preserve. Antarctica is hostile and dead. We thought we knew that. Except life is there, has always been there, isolated longer than our species has existed. The deep past is gone. We thought we knew that. Except beneath 4 kilometers of ice, 34 million years of Earth's history is sitting exactly where it was left. Professor Jameson described the discovery of the buried landscape as finding a world frozen in time, a pre-glacial Earth, a chapter of the planet's own autobiography that the planet itself accidentally preserved, and that is perhaps the most unsettling part of all this. Not the lakes, not the volcanoes, not the rivers in the dark. It is the idea that the Earth has been keeping secrets, not from us specifically, not deliberately, but secrets nonetheless. An entire geological era, a world that existed before the ice, before the cold, before everything we associate with the bottom of our planet, is sitting there, preserved, patient, waiting. There are 8 billion people on this planet. We have mapped the surface of Mars in higher resolution than we have mapped the bed of Antarctica. We know more about the far side of the moon than we know about what sits beneath the oldest ice on Earth. And beneath that ice, there are rivers that have been flowing since before the first human being drew breath. Lakes that have been sealed for 25 million years. A landscape that has not changed since the world looked completely different. The question scientists are not asking loudly enough is this: if life survived in Lake Vostok for 25 million years, if rivers flowed in the dark for millions of years, if an entire ancient world was preserved beneath ice that should have destroyed it, then what does that tell us about life itself? About how persistent it is, about how quietly it endures, about how much of the story we haven't read yet, because beneath 4 kilometers of ice, something has been waiting, longer than our species, longer than our civilization, longer than almost anything we can hold in our minds. And it is still there, right now, in the dark, waiting for us to find it.